students, good morning. I welcome you all to your English class. And the lecture what we have picked for today is chapter number 2 from your Moments section book, from your supplementary reader book Moments. Chapter's name is The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond. The Adventures of Toto by Ruskin Bond. First of all, let's know something about the writer Ruskin Bond. He was born on 19th May 1934. Ruskin Bond is an Indian writer of British descent. He is popularly known for his role in the growth of children's literature in India. His awards you can check here is Sahitya Akademi Award, excuse me, what he received in 1992, Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. His other notable works are, other than this, his works are Trees Still Grow in Dehra, A Flight of Pigeon and The Blue Umbrella. This is all about Ruskin Bond. If you wish to know more about, you can research about him more. Okay, so let's come on the chapter, The Adventures of Toto. The main characters are here grandfather and Toto the monkey only. But other sub-characters are grandmother, grandson, Tonga driver. Here he has grandfather has a donkey with name Nana. We also have ticket collector in the chapter. Sorry. Let's see. The theme of the story, The Adventures of Toto. This story deals with the outcome of the interaction between humans and animals. Okay, many of you might be having pet at your home, and you must be knowing how difficult it is or how much skills one require to be acquainted with the animal or to keep any animal as pet. So this story also speaks about what the interaction between humans and animals. The story shows that not all animals can easily adapt themselves to the human lifestyle. It requires a great deal of patience and skill to train animals to acquire non-destructive behavior. Though animals are really, like you say dog, you say cat, they are really cute animals, but they are very much destructive also. Sometimes they go wild also, and it requires great deal of patience and skill to train these animals. Anyway, let's see the introduction of the story, what exactly this story is about. The story, The Adventures of Toto, is very humorous, and it is an adventurous story of a naughty monkey named Toto. You will find all the mischiefs done by Toto in this story. The writer's grandfather bought the monkey from a Tonga driver, and the pranks that is played by Toto have been narrated in the story in an interesting way. Now let's see the story here. I'll explain you line wise. Check here. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. You can see here, tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. His private zoo means grandfather's private zoo. Grandfather was very fond of animals, and he had many animals at his home which was like his private zoo. So when he saw a monkey tied to this feeding trough, this little water tank, he felt like that this monkey, he should buy this monkey, and for the sum of 5 rupees he buys this from a Tonga driver. Now let's see something about Toto. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. See children, I have underlined here. In exam, or you say in general, whenever the character sketch or the descriptive traits of or the physical appearance of Toto is asked, you have to use these points. You can check out. Toto has what? Bright eyes, that is sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows. So Toto was a very mischievous monkey, which could be seen in his mischievous eyes. He had pearly white teeth. He had a smile. He would always, display those teeth in front of the ladies, Anglo-Indian ladies in the neighborhood, to frighten or to scare them up. But his hands looked dried up. His hands were very dried up, as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Okay, it feels as if they had been out in the sun for many, they had been, tanned or dried up in the sunlight. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked. You see here, fingers were very quick and wicked. Always he was looking for what? The chance to do any mischief. And his tail, while adding to his good looks. See here the work of tail. Number one, tail added to his good looks. Grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks. Grandfather was very fond of tail. He said tail is kind of, something which gives a special look to you, and also served as a third hand. This tail of Toto was like what? Not only added to his good looks, but it also served him as a third hand. He could use it to hang from branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hand. Check here, this particular third hand, that is his tail. What he would use his tail for? Number one, to hang from a branch of a tree, and also the tail he would use to scoop up any delicacy. Any delicacy means anything he wanted to eat. He would, pick that up, scoop that up from his tail. Okay, grandmother always fussed. See here, when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal, grandmother always fussed means always was irritated with grandfather's habit of, bringing any animals or bird to her house. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall. Check here, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. Okay, so obviously they could not tell this to grandmother that they had brought another animal, so they decided to keep it a secret, and they would tell grandmother when they would find her in a good mood. So they decided that somewhere in the bedroom wall there is a closet, little closet in a grandson's bedroom wall, and they decided to tie that monkey there. Or so we thought means they thought that he is securely tied there. Why he is saying we thought, that we'll see in the next paragraph. To a peg. Peg here is kind of, something, a nail in the wall or something, okay, which can be tied or attached. See here. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the wall, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. Naked brick and plaster means that ornamental paper, that wallpaper which was there over the closet, it was all torn off. It was all torn out. So obviously there was only one possible reason that how that paper is torn off. It is obviously Toto might have done it, but he was tied up. Then how could he have done? Let's see. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket. Peg, that connecting device, that nail, it was what? It had been wrenched off. It was broken. It had come out. And my school blazer, which had been hanging there in the closet, was in shreds. So what did they find? That it was open. The closet was open. The blazer which was there, which hang there was there in pieces. It was also torn off. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. Grandfather was very happy when he saw all this mess, because according to him, he felt that Toto is clever. Toto is a clever monkey, and more he adds is this. Given time, I'm sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. Grandfather says that Toto seems to be a very smart monkey. If he had little more time, maybe he would have done what? With the little pieces of blazer, he would have made a rope and had what? Escaped from the window. So grandfather is very happy with Toto's performance, smart performance. Anyway, see here. His presence in the house was still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. Now, Toto was transferred to a cage with other animals, though he was kept secret from grandmother. See here, what other animals live? Pets live: tortoise, rabbits, pair of rabbit, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. See here, monkey would not allow any companions means other pet animals to sleep. Toto was very mischievous. He created mess for all other animals. So what happened? Grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. Grandfather thought that he is not going to let these animals live in peace in the cage, so better he should take Toto also to Saharanpur. Okay. Anyway, he took Toto. Unfortunately, I could not accompany grandfather. I is the grandson here on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. Okay, he could not take Toto like this only, so he decided to put Toto inside the canvas bag. This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. Abode means a place to live, a new house for some time. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. He locked the bag. Now what happened? Obviously, Toto was a mischievous monkey. He could not he could not have spent time inside the bag. So what did he do? Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. So what? He could not get his way through the opening. It was all locked. It was zipped up, and also it was very strong that he could not open it or bite it up or tore it out. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. Now Toto was jumping inside the bag, rolling inside the bag, which was like what an exhibition, which was like what a kind of a show, a full-fledged or public show which attracted what curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. Everybody started looking like at the bag that what is there in the bag. Anyway, Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile means kind of a channel gate, the gate where they had to produce ticket and show it to TC, ticket collector. Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. Now Toto, his head was popped out of the bag and he gave him a grin. Grin means a smile, same dirty smile. Now the poor man is ticket collector here, was taken aback. He was shocked actually for a moment, but with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you, you'll have to pay for it." Now, he said, "You have a dog with you." In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. When he heard that he has to pay for Toto, he took this animal Toto out of the bag, because he knew that he did not have dog, he had monkey. So in vain means no use. In vain, every effort of him went to waste. Let's see how. Grandfather took Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Now grandfather tried hard to explain that this is not a dog, this is a monkey, and monkey do not even qualify as quadruped. Quadruped means the one with 4 legs. But Toto was classified as dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was the sum handed over as his fare. Ticket collector checked in his book and he said, "No, this animal looks like a dog, so you have to pay what? 3 rupees extra for him." Anyway, here for 5 rupees monkey was bought. Grandfather had to pay 3 rupees more here. Anyway, then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, "What I must pay for this, since you charge for all animals?" Now grandfather was very sincere. He took out his little tortoise also, pet tortoise also, out of the bag, and he said, "If you charge anything for him also." So the ticket collector looked very closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger, touched him with his forefinger, and then gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look and said, "No charge. It is not a dog." See, this is a humorous story. See, another fun incident here is what? Ticket collector is like charging monkey, telling that he comes in the category of dog and I should charge him. But he is not finding anything for tortoise because he says it is not a dog. So it's like quite funny thing happening here. Anyway, when Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, one day it was clear everything they discussed with grandmother, and when she finally accepted, he was given a comfortable home in the stable where horses live. Horses. And in this particular stable, who lived? Grandfather's donkey, family donkey Nana, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. Okay, in the stable at night, when grandfather went to see what if Toto was comfortable with Nana or not, what he saw Nana the donkey going completely mad. Nana the donkey running here and there, and he thought Nana has gone mad. See here. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Now, when grandfather entered, he could not see Toto. He saw what? The strange behavior of only the donkey Nana. So he thought that Nana has gone mad, and that is why he gave Nana a slap across her haunches. Across her haunches means back. And she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. She dragged Toto. He had fastened on to her long ears with his sharp little teeth. See here what Toto had been doing? Biting his long ears. This is what Toto the monkey had been doing to Nana. Anyway, another part in the story, a great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. This was a treat for Toto in winter evenings. He used to love taking bath in warm water. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand. See how grandmother used to do. He also would do the same. He would check the temperature, then first step into the bath. First he would put his one foot and then another, as he had seen me doing. Seen me means grandson. How grandson used to take bath, monkey also followed exactly, copied exactly the same, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, now he would take the soap in his hand or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself up. Okay, he would go to kitchen fire and would dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during his performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Now, after all, he was an animal, right? He did not know how to take care of like all the things around. He did not know how to, be safe around the kitchen fire. So one day he nearly boiled himself alive, means it was like very warm water. See here. How did he do that? We will see. We'll see why the writer says here that he was succeeded in boiling himself alive. What exactly mischief he did? A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Now, when water was boiling, he removed the lid. Finding the water little warm, when grandmother had kept the water on the fire, it was little warm. It was not boiling, but it was little warm. So what Toto thought, this warm water he could take bath also. So finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. Toto did not realize that the fire was lit. The fire was on. He thought that water is warm and it will not get warmer. But what happened, after some time, water began to boil. And Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. It was so cold outside that again he sat in the water. And then when water became really hot, he continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmom arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. She took him out of the kettle. If there is a part the brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. The writer says any part of the brain which is devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in whom? This animal, Toto. He was like really mischievous. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in her dress. So it means Toto was creating a lot trouble in the house. It was not only that he was creating a nuisance for other animals and the people living in the house, but he was like causing a lot of loss to their things also. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Okay, so what did he do? He started eating all the rice which was there on the dining table. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. Okay, so badly he threw that china dish at grandmother. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. When aunt came, what Toto threw? Toto threw a glass of water in her face. When grandfather arrived, what Toto did? He picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. He ran out of the window with what? With a dish of pulao in his hand. Now when they went out, they saw him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain full, whatever was there inside that big pot, everything, each grain of that pulao Toto ate. And then in order to spite grandmother means he was angry with grandmother because grandmother had shouted at him. So just to take his anger out, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. This dish broke into 100 pieces. Now, obviously, Toto was not a sort of pet we could keep for long. Even father realized that. See here, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. It means they were finding it really difficult to manage with this mischievous animal. We were not well-to-do. Well-to-do means financially not very sound, not very good, financially not very good. And they could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. So what did they do? They finally decided to give Toto the monkey back. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. And this time Tonga driver took how much? 3 rupees for Toto. Grandfather bought monkey at rupees 5 and this time he was taken at what? Rupees 3. So this was the story, quite a humorous account by Ruskin Bond. This is children's story. You can make note of all these underlined words and underlined phrases, children, in your copy. And here are questions. See, these are short answer questions. These are short answer questions, what you have to do in your fair copy. Right, all 30 to 40 words answers are to be written in 30 to 40 words, and based on the explanation that is given in the chapter, you can write the answer or you can take the key points from your like reference books or NCERT solution exercises also. Okay, so this is it for today and I wish you good luck for your exam which is like in this week. and I hope you people are doing good. Okay, I'll come with another video next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.